Hi, so I guess I'm live. Sorry about that. So today, instead of being in my tiny kitchen, we are going to be by my enormous Christmas tree. Just thought it'd be fun to do today since it's so close to the holidays. And this tree I actually got from our local sustainable meat farmer. He started as a Christmas tree farm, and so it was a great way to go and support a local farmer by buying our tree from him. And it's a gorgeous tree. I don't think I've ever had a more beautiful tree. So victorianmeats.com, I believe, is his website, and you can go and check it out if you'd like. He's got amazing product and is in several places and farmers markets around Sonoma County. So today is favorite things, and besides my Christmas tree, I have a few favorite things that I have in my kitchen that are affordable but kind of make my life really easy and in some ways save me money. So the first thing is a Cambro. So if you don't know what a Cambro is, it's what restaurants use to store their food. They can be frozen, they can be go from hot to cold. They don't take on any flavors, or they can stain, but it takes a long time. And for the home chef, restaurants go through them fairly quickly because they are so hard on them. But for a home chef, you're gonna have it forever. So let's see, and mine is actually still full of my CSA stuff from actually a couple weeks ago. So this is how it saves me money. And as you can see, my celery and beets and carrots are floating around in there. And this is what I use for juicing. The beets don't really color the water all that much or impart flavor. They can after a while, but for the first week or so, everything is totally fine. And I use this for juicing, so it doesn't even really matter to me anyway. But they're also great for storing greens. So you wash and chop your greens, throw them in there with a dry paper towel to kind of get that moisture. And just a great way to store it. And because it's square, you can stick it in your refrigerator. It's not taking up a whole lot of room. It does take up room, but not as much as maybe like some other weird shape like Tupperware or something. Flat wide Tupperware really is annoying because it's can't really stack stuff on top of it. So Cambros are great. They're like, I don't know, $6 at the restaurant supply store, and then like another $2, $3 for the lid. And like I said, they last forever. Another thing to get from the restaurant supply store that I love are baking sheets. These same baking sheets last forever because they are for industrial restaurants. Commercial restaurants, sorry. Can take a beating, but for home chef, they're gonna last forever. And again, they're like $6 to $8 at the restaurant supply store, whereas in Sur La Table, Williams-Sonoma, you're paying like $20, $25 for the same darn thing. So restaurant supply store. You also find other great things like strainers that are really inexpensive, because these are things that are made to last for a tight restaurant budget. So restaurant supply store, awesome. Something else that I just got, I've been looking for forever. I got this at Cost Plus World Market. It's a wooden spatula spoon scraper thing. This is great for deglazing the bottom of your cast iron skillet. So you don't have to, it doesn't scratch. Love this thing. I've been looking for one forever, and I found one a couple weeks ago that was like $40. This one was $1.99. So, and if you want to kind of season it, you can just put oil on it, but it'll probably pick that up itself in general use. Another thing that I love, these cheap little aluminum bowls. I get them at the dollar store. Because when you're cooking, you can either save your scraps for stock in here and then put it in another storage container and then stick it on your stove for the rest of the week. Or it's good for a garbage bowl, so you don't have to constantly, bring out your garbage. Or, my kitchen just isn't set up to have my garbage available while I'm cooking. So these are great. And then, like I said, brought out this cast iron. I say go with used. If you can find a good used cast iron skillet somewhere, go with that. This is my grandmother's. It's probably, I don't know, it's older than dirt probably. But, oh, there's something on there. But it's great. You can cook, you can boil, you can roast, you can do anything in a cast iron skillet. And they last forever. And you know, you can wash them with soap and water. I mean, there's really nothing you can do to a cast iron skillet that's going to make it not functional. You can go online and find several ways to take care of it, to keep a good season on it, all this stuff. But really, this is the workhorse of the kitchen. And sometimes you can find really great sales, especially right now during Christmas. You know, like they have one-day sales of 50% off kitchen stuff, and you can get one for like $10. And so last but not least, one of my favorite things in the kitchen is a journal. And this is my kitchen journal. And some of the things, I just write my recipes and things that worked. And if I was improvising, or if I saw a recipe online that wasn't easily accessible, again, I'll jot it down in here. And then I'll write the narrative of what the recipe was in context, like what was the event or things going on in my life at that time that I made this recipe. So we all don't have to be on social media all the time. We can just do old-fashioned writing. And some of these things I look back and I'm like, I'll never make that again. But that was fun. But, you know, and then maybe someday you'll have something to pass down to your kids. So, you know, a dollar journal is all this really is. So those are a couple of my favorite things, and I hope you and your family have a great holiday. And I will see you in a couple weeks talking about, well, not in a couple weeks, in a week. Talking about cooking into the new year and how to get started on your New Year's resolutions. Not really sure how that's going to look yet, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. So have a delicious holiday, and I hope you and your family are safe and loved and all that good stuff. So thanks for joining. Have a great holiday.